Hello, welcome to a new video series. Maybe I should say that again. Welcome to a new video series. My name is Norman Bolter, and the little piece that you heard introducing this new video series is called True, Authentic, Childlike, which is an acronym for TAC. TAC. And TAC first stands for The Amazing Club. Now, for those of you who have followed some of my videos over the past, 12 years with the Frequency Bone Summer Music Connection series, you'll know that last summer's 2020 was about music in the natural worlds. And that was the first time we actually did something on Zoom. Seems to be a thing that's happening lately, one of the good things about social media. And we actually got to have a Frequency Bone Summer Music connection with participants. And we made 2 recordings that are up on YouTube. And both of them about the natural worlds. And it was an expression of what we were doing, connecting to nature and seeing if we can tune to nature and get close to that, what else is possible in our art and in our lives. So by the end of the summer, people were thinking, oh, this would be nice if this could continue. So I already had that in my mind when I discovered a book that I had written about 12 to 15 years ago called Tech Legends. And it also says, underneath that title of Tech Legends, says fiction until you prove it otherwise. And once I said, you know what, wanted to continue looking into the natural worlds, music in the natural worlds, but inside of the lens of the Amazing Club. What is the Amazing Club? Well, that started about 15 years ago or so. With people, some students, we said, let's be in the Amazing Club. And they said, yeah, let's be in the Amazing Club. We didn't know what the Amazing Club was, really. And we said, well, it's amazing that we want to be in the Amazing Club. And what we did was we started to meet in the morning, maybe around 7:30 or so, before the school day started with a lot of people or people had to get off to work. And we did some exercises, some physical exercises. I found an old recording called Go You Chicken Fat Go. And it's really fun. I remember I did it when I was in 6th grade. You do some jumping jacks and you walk and march in place and do these exercises. And just to get the blood going, and it's very childlike, a fun march melody to it. And then we talk about, some attitudes and what connects us to our music and why we like to play or love to play. and then we'd play. We'd do some warming up together, and then someone maybe would have brought in a snack. Oftentimes I did, sometimes other people did, and that was the start of our day. And that would go, I think that went on maybe for a couple years. At a certain point in the year, we'd say, okay, time for the Amazing Club, and we'd meet once or twice a week. So thinking, oh, that'd be really good to have the Amazing Club again. And then I found this book that I wrote, like I said, called TAC Legends, The Amazing Club Legends. Book 1, Journey to Freedom. It's actually 2 books in one, where it starts off with this person named Oscar practicing this instrument called the trobo slide. You know, it's, from where we are now, I'd say it's over 100 years in the future where it started. And it's an intense journey. And it's based on, what if music just kept going in the technical direction that it's going in, almost trying to outdo machines. So this is very intense, a lot of different concepts going on in the future, and the reasons why it's happening isn't always extraordinarily wholesome. So the other book inside of that is called Journey to Freedom. And that's where this person, Oscar, is going, hey, I can't take this way of life anymore. I need to find another way. And by some curious mix of fate, if you want to say, he bumps into some other people in a very unusual setting and way that nobody wants, because they're involved with something very different. So it's really cool, and I started to read it and go, wow, I was really connected to something when I was wrote it, because I was like really, almost like I was reading a book that was new to me. So we're continuing weekly Zoom sessions ever since around September 10th of this year. We've just completed 9 Zoom sessions called TAC Legends, Explorers, Music in the Natural Worlds. So we still have natural worlds being very much a part of it. It could not be, actually. Really needed to be. So we can have a grounding in what's real. And listen, if you're interested in this, here's what we tune to at the start of every Zoom session. Can we have some agreements? And here's a big one. Can we all agree that nature, all of it, whether it's on the planet, in the solar system, in a galaxy, in the universe, can we all agree that it's non-human made? Non-human created. Whatever you want to call whatever that is for you, that makes no difference. But can we agree that it wasn't some clever human idea that's, you know what, I'm going to make a creation. And so that's what we agree with. And I say, please let me know if you disagree. If you're not in tune with that idea, I'd love to talk to you about that. So far, no one has. We're just taking that one statement, this thing we call life, this thing we call nature, or the huge, vast existence, is not human-made. What a great starting point. Seems very important in the times that we're in, and every time if you look through history. Can we find a point of agreement that you really can't argue? You really cannot argue that. But please email me if you want to. I'd love to. So these Zoom sessions are going on, and if anyone listening to this would like to be involved, you know how to get in touch with me. Through the schools that I teach at, or some of you might know someone who knows me and you can have my email. But just get in touch and we'll just show you, I'll tell you what to do. Invite you to a session. Okay? And we tune to various aspects of nature in certain kinds of ways that are very tangible, right in our own space, and certain thought processes and sentiments that go with those connections to develop the attitudes of connection to being in line with nature, and applying it into our music and to our life. If you don't want to apply it into your life, but just want to apply it into your music or whatever your art is, it's just not open to trombonists, by the way, or brass players. Sometimes people see my name and say, oh, it must be just for trombone, or maybe just brass. No, what I'm talking about is much bigger than that. We'll certainly put into whatever instruments we have. And what also comes into this is a deeper understanding of certain aspects of nature, like color, like shape, like cycles of appearance, textures, interactions. All these things come into it. And you can apply all of this in a very practical way inside of your playing, inside of how you view music. Isn't some music more autumn sounding? Doesn't some music sound more like water, or some more fire? Or perhaps you yourselves warm more to certain elements than others. Notice I use the word warm too. So it's a whole interesting integrative process that in a very supportive environment we're creating amongst ourselves, to actually have the freedom, okay? Because one of the things with the Amazing Club, or TAC as we call it, is to tune, align, connect, to awaken consciousness for true, actual choice. Now this gets into looking at the overlay system in all sorts of ways. The overlay system meaning the vehicle. You need this vehicle to play the other vehicle called your musical instrument, or your paintbrush, or your dancing, whatever your art is. You also need a driver, which is the second overlay. First overlay vehicles, second overlay driver. What about the destination? Third overlay. What also goes with the third overlay is purpose. Now there's other ways of describing that. And until we can transform our automatic systems, circuitry, tuning automatic circuitries, another TAC. We have lots of acronyms for TAC. Then how are we going to actually have another kind of choice if we're only frozen into one way of thinking? So people are finding this very useful. Someone told me they haven't felt that calm and settled with well-being in years. and other things, some very interesting, wonderful experiences are happening with people. And I'm so happy people want to be a part of it. And I find that amazing. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me. And being childlike, true, authentic, and childlike, is a journey once you're a little older and out of that. But once you are, you'll realize you can see things unencumbered, fresh, and almost innocently, like a child.